I'll be with you in a minute. Oh God, I've got to put all these new role-playing systems down. Because I've got to play them all this year. That's my New Year's resolution. Probably. Hello and welcome to this episode of How to Be a Great GM. My name is Guy and today we are looking at... Well, what are we looking at? We are looking at... Bing! Bing! I don't know why it was delayed. Anyway, we're looking at New Year. We're looking at new things, like a challenge for me would be to actually work out how to do these things live without making a blunder. I haven't managed to do that yet in 2018, but 2019 is the year of change, or so they say. So we're going to be looking at what's coming up on the channel in 2019. We're also going to look at the challenge that I'm posing to you and so much more, so stay with us. Now, before we go any further, I've been instructed by the Web Goblin. He has pleaded with me to convey this message to you. Please hit that Goblin Bell and then the goblins will alert you every time we release a new video. It's very handy to do something along those lines. And also the Web Goblin has asked me to extend my sincere gratitude and absolute joy and delight at our Patreons who make this video possible. Now, if you don't know about the Patreon rewards and benefits, look down below. There's a link to our Patreon. There's all sorts of wonderful things. And I generally and genuinely want to say thank you to each of our patrons who make these shows possible. They really do make these shows possible. So big thanks to them. And if you don't want to be a patron, that's absolutely fine. But you can disable your ad blocker. And that will help the channel as well. So there's many ways that you can look forward to helping the channel in 2019. Because there's lots of things happening in the channel in 2019, and I think that, well, if you found this channel useful last year, this coming up year is going to be mind-blowing. We've got so many things that we're going to be launching. Okay, so without much further ado, let's have a look at it. Firstly, we're going to be going to the UK in February, so watch out for an announcement there where we're going to try and organise a day get-together of everybody who's in the UK to participate in something. That's end of February, early March. Then in probably June, July, August, I'm in the USA. I'm at GenCon, if you haven't heard yet. I would love to meet you if you're at GenCon. We're organising dinners and breakfasts and all kinds of wonderful things to happen whilst there. And then who knows the future beyond that. What I can tell you though is that we've got so much content coming out that I think is going to tickle your fancy. So Great GM continues, Great Player continues. We add a new show, and I'm not going to tell you anything about that because you should have seen it launch already. That would have come out just at the end of last year, where we talked about the Campaign Creator series. So if you don't know what that is, go and check out that video. Campaign Creator is where we're going to walk with you as you create your campaign. We'll be with you step by step. So there's that. We've got podcasts coming out every week now for some of our patrons. We've got live games that are going to be launching on Twitch. We've got regular games that are going to continue to be played. We've got everything that you could possibly, hopefully, need in terms of role-playing covered. So we've got some fun stuff. Trust me, I'm excited. I hope you are. Now, the challenge for this year, if you dare take my challenge, and be warned, it isn't for the faint-hearted. The challenge this year to all of the GMs out there, so if you are a GM or if you want to be a GM, accept this challenge, and I guarantee that your New Year's resolutions will not only be unbroken, you will defeat them, whatever. I don't know what one does. Does one break one's New Year's resolutions when you've completed them? Doesn't matter. This is the challenge. Now, there is a list of them. You need to use a new major race. Now, by that I mean, let's say, for example, you are running a Dungeons & Dragons campaign and the orcs are your go-to bad. Not in 2019, they're not. You're going to change them, replace them with something that you've never used before. What about Githyanki, for example? Have you used them before? If not, have you considered Slards? The idea is that you are going to go into the Monsters Manual and look for a major race to add to your world, whether that's through an invasion, whether they've always just been there, now they're becoming militant. Give your players a new major race to fight against. Make them a long-term enemy of the players and explore them for all of their benefit. Move away from skeletons and zombies. Turn to other things. Look for other monsters to populate your world with. Monsters that you don't normally do. As a matter of fact, grab your monsters manual and randomly turn to a page, Giants. When last did you use giants? Probably a couple of weeks ago. Giants are fairly common. However, when last did you use, I'm thinking here, cloud giants, perhaps, or fire giants? They're very powerful, very tough monsters. So it's interesting. Gibbering mouthers. I hate gibbering mouthers. I don't like how they look. But that might be the major race that I'm going to include in next year's session. Find something that you haven't used before and make use of it. Challenge number 1. Challenge number 2. A new world map. There are so many resources out there, free resources out there, where you can make your own world map. Oh, but I already play in an existing world. Yes, redraw that map. I've just finished 4.5 days of redrawing my campaign world of Braxia. A playing world, a world that is played in every week by 2 different groups, as a matter of fact, that has been on the table for 15 years. I redrew it over these Christmas sort of holiday things, and what a pleasure it was. I discovered parts of the world that I had forgotten even existed. I added little details which the players have added over the last year of campaigning, where, oh, they blew up that city, so the city probably will be rebuilt but renamed. And what's my new naming convention? So, create a new world map. Create a new campaign. This one is a bit tricky, creating a new campaign. But you've got to do it. Create a new campaign, even if it is just 12 sessions. A little short 3-month campaign. Nothing major, something to get you into the swing for the new year. There's videos on this channel on how to do it. So it's not difficult. I suggest you do that. A new campaign. A new RPG system. There are so many. And this one, I'm excited for this one for a few reasons. One, this is the box set, by the way. And very briefly, it has cards, playing cards that you use to design your starship, as well as, of course, a comprehensive rulebook. Now, Starship Architects is a science fiction setting, beautiful science fiction setting. It makes use of one of my maps, by the way, just as a disclaimer. I gave them a map for free. It's the map of Braxia in space, which I created, New World Map. Yes, not for this particular use, but I haven't used it before, so I said they can use it. And there's a new system. We've got this system, which I found in Finland. I haven't played it yet. So there are so many systems out there. Choose a new one and play it. And don't you dare be like me. Play it once and go, yeah, it's all right. It's not bad. I don't like it. I don't like it. Play it. Bring in different players. Try in different settings. Try different one-shots. Try different things. But get into a new RPG system. This one is the tough one. A new player. Try and bring in a new player. Whether you are at work, sitting around the canteen table, whether you are in university, whether you are at home, it doesn't matter. Find a new player and take their hand and say, come with me. I've got the greatest drugs in the world. Several worlds. All of the worlds. They're all ours. We have cookies. Okay, maybe don't do it like that. Probably don't. Definitely don't do it like that. But tell them. Invite them into your game and let them have a wonderful experience. If you watched last week's episode on how to be a great player, I was reminiscing about my first time as a player. Give them that experience. Be that person. A new set of dice. We always need new dice. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. You can never have too many dice. Never have too many dice. You just can't. And new dice are always fun. You break them in. Break them in with your new RPG system and give a set to your player. Give a set to your player. Go ahead. It's not going to break the bank. And it'll make them perhaps feel a little bit guilty, so they have to come back and try again if they didn't like it the first time round. If they did like it the first time round, they can go back and they can play with their dice. So it's a win-win-win-win-win-win-win situation. So that's the challenge. Boom, 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 boom. Now what? Why should you do it? What are the benefits? Well, this was a bit of a tricky sort of question to answer, because the benefits are, well, you just should, because it's good. Yes, but it expands your abilities. It really does. I'm going to lean out the way here. Over here. It expands your abilities without a shadow of a doubt. If you're looking at a new map, if you're looking at a new campaign, if you're looking at new RPG systems, even if you don't like the RPG system, you've been exposed to a different way of thinking about role-playing, and maybe that'll influence you moving forward. So it's an expansion of your abilities. It is a renewal of interest in role-playing. If you try a new system and you go, wow, this is such a cool way of doing starship combat, or this is such a great way of being able to ride a dragon. I wish my role-playing system had this. I can now migrate that mechanic into my favorite role-playing system, or switch to this new one. It'll give you a renewed interest in the hobby that you so love, as I do, and it gives you new experiences. Role-playing is about experience. That's all it is. It happens up here in your head. So when you're trying out a new system or a new campaign or making a new map, it's giving you new experiences. Experiences that maybe you wouldn't have gotten if you hadn't pushed yourself to complete this challenge. So the challenge is not just an empty challenge. It's not just a, oh, well, just do it or don't do it, no one cares. I care. And there are others out there who care as well, because we can draw from each other's strengths. So that means come and join our Discord channel. Discord is not this terrifying thing. I was terrified of Discord. I actually have friends who are like, oh, you should join Discord. And I was like, oh, no, I don't Discord. I'm a Harmony, whatever. Bad jokes, they never worked anyway. And once I joined Discord, I realized just how much it's changed my life. I have genuinely made friends on Discord whom I'm now going to go and stalk once I eventually get their credit card and housing details from them, and that's an amazing achievement. And I'm pretty close too on some of them. Joking aside, obviously, absolutely, completely joking. The Discord goblins will find me and hunt me down. It's an amazing community that we've built, but you are going to share your challenge results there, and I am as well. I'm going to make this channel, well, let's be honest, I don't run the Discord. I'm there. It's got the Great GM channel name on it. I respond as best I can. The Discord goblins actually run it, so they'll actually make it. But this is something to bear in mind. This is something to keep in mind, and it will encourage you as you work through things. So let me go through that list again. As you come up with a new major race and you post up in the Discord channel, guys, I'm thinking of using kobolds. Everyone will go, how is that different from what you've always been using? Well, in the past I used goblins. Yeah, they are different, but are you stretching yourself? Why not use, let's say, the fungoid people? Or on page 29, there's a little what about merfolk? Why does it have to be kobolds? Why can't it be merfolk? My campaign's not set underwater. Really? Your new campaign is? Go for it! We will support you. We will be there. I will be logging these as well. I will be keeping up to date with my challenge. I will be doing this. Don't you worry. Don't fear. I shall be doing this. And whether I get a new player here in Japan or in the UK or in the USA or wherever the hell it happens to be that I happen to be on this planet in 2019, I will bring in a new player. I will get a new set of dice because it's going to happen. Let's be honest. It's going to happen. Yeah. Join me. Join us as we create a new space for ourselves as GMs in 2019. We take control of the last year of this decade and make it one that we will remember as we move into the 2020s. Anyway, until next time, I hope this has inspired you to take on the challenge and to come and join us on Discord. The links are below, as I've said before. And until next time, if you're looking for players, www.rpgtablefinder.com. You've seen the links below during the video. That's the table finder that we created, the Web Goblin created from scratch to find tables. 8,000 users currently running around on that table finder, looking for things, looking for players all over the world, online and around the actual table. So if you're looking for a table, there you go. If you want to start a table, if you want to find a GM, that's the place to go. Until next time, I wish you and yours the happiest of gaming. Now, if I like this, I'll hit the like button. I love it. I love it. I'm going to hit the subscribe button. I want more. I want more. Less cards on the floor, but more. These are drama cards. I can't...